Welcome in, everyone. It's the Fly for Fun show with JohnnieDroneFlyer and Captain Ray Kelly. We got two great guests tonight. Just want to tell you all about. We'll have Marcus Crawford and Ron Brown joining us in a few. And want to, of course, welcome everybody in. Today is May the 12th. I think it's our 18th show, Ray, or 19th show of the year, and 19th, I believe it is.
Yep.
We'll be giving away some Fly for Fun stickers, guessing some numbers from 1 to 50 as a fun thing. And we'll have some Part 107 questions, as we always do, to keep up with for the month. And we're giving away a Sebastian Drone Meetup T-shirt that we had from the drone meetup. And I do want to tell we do have a Facebook page, for Fly for Fun show. If you want to join into that, and if you want to put some stuff up, you can. Also, we will, if you got a drone related or drone product to sell, we'll run it across the bottom of the screen if you let us know. Kind of just thought we'd help people out. A lot of people sell stuff at times, so we'll do that. And what else? We had a couple happy birthdays to wish this week. Mark Fisher had a birthday. Mike from Night Train, Lon Denard, and Philly had a birthday yesterday. So just kind of want to wish all those people a happy birthday there in the past week or so. Captain Ray, welcome in. I know you're back in New York and finally settling down. So how was your week?
Yeah, no. Thank you, Johnny. Yeah, I'm glad to be back in New York. It's a little chilly. Big change from Florida. But the other day I ended up flying with John Olson. We've seen John in the chats.
Yeah, John's in already.
Before I go into that story, let me just welcome in quite a few people. We got a good crowd in the house already.
Yeah, go ahead.
Flying and John Olson, you're here. Matt Cundiff. Marcus is in the back room eating the shrimp back there. And Jerry Bauer, good to see you. We really got a good crowd already, Johnny. But back to the story with John Olson and myself. He reached out to me and he said, "Ray, I got a secret spot." Nah, he didn't really say that, but he says, "Let's get together and fly." And initially, he picked the Big Duck. We have a Big Duck here on Long Island, and he said, "Meet me there." So I thought we were going to fly there.
You got to be careful when you say that. Go ahead.
Yeah. But then he said, "No, we're going to go down to the boat launch ramp." And he took me to this secluded boat launch ramp that I didn't even know existed. And we got a nice flight in. And John, it was really, really fun flying with you. And thank you for taking me to your secret spot. Even though
it's great that you can fly with. I say I don't have anybody to fly with, but I know you're gonna meet up with Charlie Mafia coming up. You met some people going up with Rodney and them and Brad. So yeah, you have fun. It's great that y'all up there in New York got a lot of people to fly with.
Yeah. I like flying with other people. I really do. Doc Murdoch just popped in the house. How you doing?
And Dave Ennis. Hey, welcome in, Dave.
Dave Ennis. How you doing?
Michael Fly Zone.
Michael, good to see you. But anyway, Johnny, we got a great show scheduled tonight. We got two very popular guests on.
We do. And, we talked a little bit before. Marcus is sitting in the back, and Ron just texted me. He's going to be a few minutes late, but he's on the way home. And, we're going to just deviate a little bit from, Ron and Marcus have both been on about the little interview we do. And I think a lot of people know their story. So we're going to just talk about drones and drone related. There's a lot, I know Marcus and them did a show Monday night and it was very interesting. And even since Monday, been some, I guess, new developments and people getting more to FEMI Mini in their hands and more people getting to order that Xeno 2 Mini. So yeah, there's a lot happening. It seems like the drone, we got a lot to spend money on here the next few months, it looks like.
No, I know. I'm excited. I really am. I think this summer is going to be a great drone flying summer for me, especially here on Long Island. And, I put up a video today, Johnny, and it was one of the shortest videos I've ever put up. I mean, usually mine go between 8 and 10 minutes, and I know most people don't watch it that long, but I have fun doing it. So I put it up. But let me see if I could share this short video that I put up.
Go ahead. I'm going to welcome in a Pile Sharks hanger, Fly Zones in, Drone Worship, Dan. Who else? Dave Ennis is in. Doc, welcome in. Stevie popped in. I know I was watching Stevie and them a while ago on Lawrence and Herman show.
Yeah, and
Hey, Ray, there you go.
if you could see it, Johnny.
Yep.
Welcome to Adventures with CaptainRay.
But this is so short.
Just a quick
This is
video of the
unbelievable.
sport fishing yachts racing to the fishing grounds in North Palm Beach, Florida.
This video,
Ray.
this was shot from my secret spot.
And subscribe to my channel now.
Is that your yacht?
And these yachts head out and go offshore fishing out of Palm Beach Inlet. But, you know, the old saying, you gotta get out there. Usually it's the first few
This footage was filmed
boats
with
that
my
catch the
Air
fish.
2S drone. And let me know if you like these short videos in the comments.
And that's Singer Island out there with the Atlantic Ocean in the background.
Yeah. Ray, I'm sorry. I think I don't know if he popped himself off when he did that. He'll come right back in. Well, we got Marcus. Marcus, we're gonna go ahead and bring Marcus. I think Ray, when he went to click that video off or something, he might have popped himself off. But
yeah, I believe that's what happened too. That's what I made that same assumption. He hit the wrong button.
Yeah, I hear you. I don't think it's anything I did, but no. Hey, Marcus, welcome in. I really appreciate you. I know y'all. Y'all on Monday. You was on with Philly last night, so I know you got a busy schedule, and I know you love doing it. Yeah, it's been a great week, and I know you ordered the Xeno 2 Pro Mini and whatever it's called, and it's got too many numbers behind it.
All of these drones. The Feeney X8 Mini, the Xeno Mini Pro, you have to think about them to get them right. Yeah.
You do, yeah. Well, hey, you just say, I got the newest drone coming.
Yeah. Honestly, hey, there he is.
There you go, Ray. I don't know if I hit something or you hit something when you clicked it off, but hey, welcome back.
Yeah.
We got, look, we're going to bring Ron. Ron, welcome in.
Hello, everyone. Sorry I'm late.
Hey, Marcus. Hey, Ron. How you guys doing?
Doing well, Captain Ray. How do you like being back up in homeland, up in New York?
No, it's good. Yeah, it's good. I was telling Johnny, and I flew with and the audience, everybody in the chat. I flew with
two New Yorkers down on the lower screen there.
So it was fun. It was chilly. I froze flying with them. Nothing like that Florida weather, but we had a great time.
You didn't bring that South Florida weather back with you?
No, I tell you. But it's supposed to warm up. So
You know how it is up here in the East Coast, Ray. When it'll warm up and it'll get too warm real too soon.
Yeah, that's for sure. But anyway,
Johnny, I heard you. Go ahead, Ray. Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm sorry. But I was telling everybody that we had two great guests on tonight. Ron and Marcus, you guys are so well liked in the drone community, and you have such a great show. Drone Nation is one of my favorites.
Yep.
Thank you very much for that kind words, Ray. And your check will be in the mail tomorrow.
No, he gets a check in the mail already. Don't send him anymore.
Oh, okay. Hey, I just want to say, Johnny, before I go on, you were calling it the Mini 2 Pro. I keep saying 2 also because DJI, they've been saying 2 for so long. Mini 2, Mavic 2, Air 2. I can't stop saying 2. Every drone has 2 in it now.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, no, but I did go ahead and order my Xeno Mini. I'm gonna just say it like that. I got it ordered yesterday, and I know you both ordered. I don't think Captain Ray has ordered or talked about it yet, but and of course, Ron, I know my Femi is close. I think it's at DHL or being shipped, and yours should be. You should be.
I got, my wife said she tracked it, and it's in Belmar, New Jersey. It has closed. It's a big distribution center. So right. I think it'll be here tomorrow. But Johnny, did you hear Marcus? I had a little bit of breaking news for the show. I may have to redo my order on the Mini Pro. We got an email from our good friend Jet Martin. who's a fan of a lot of these shows, and Jet contacted Hubson personally, and they told him in no mixed terms, the drone does not have a memory card slotted. So that internal memory, you can either choose 64 gigabytes or 128. That's the only options for this drone. Now I went ahead and Marcus, I determined, did have a memory card slot because of what we saw on one of the GearBest, something like that. So now I have to cancel the order because I took the smaller one. Maybe I want to go with the 128. That my only source of memory.
I actually did the 64 too. I didn't. So it does not have a memory card slot.
They said Hobson. They emailed Jet Martin directly and said this. So
64 is normally, I guess, okay, but
most of the time I use a 64.
Me
card.
too.
I rarely use a 128.
Yeah, I do have a 128, maybe in the Air 2, I think, because I had a one. But yeah. So that's pretty interesting. Yeah, because only internal memory would know.
Well, I think there's a good reason for it. I'm sorry. Did I interrupt you, Ray?
No, go ahead.
No, I was just going to welcome in a few people. Pilot Sharks Hanger, how you doing? Welsh Rob and Stevie. I know Johnny said hello, but I wanted to say hello to you too, Stevie. Always good
Stevie,
to see you.
Afterlife Connections in here. Hello, Stevie. Great to see you in here tonight.
Yeah. Even though he's wearing that Mets cap, that's okay.
Oh, Mets?
Is he wearing the Mets or the Yankees?
He's a Yankee fan. I'm a Mets fan.
Oh,
but he's a Yankee fan.
Oh, Yankees. Okay.
Go ahead.
Marcus, you had a point you were going to make?
Yeah. So with regard to that internal memory on the Zeno Mini Pro, one of the things that we know about Hubson drones is they're very sensitive to the SD card. Even the original Hubson Zeno, if you didn't format in FAT32, if you had there were just some cards it liked and some that it didn't, and it really messed up the whole drone. And I don't know if you had any problems with your Zeno 2, Johnny, when you had it, but same thing with the Zeno 2 and the Zeno 2 Plus. They are, if you got the wrong card in there, and it doesn't even, sometimes it can be an equally high-speed card, they have problems with them. And
let me tell real fast, Marcus saved my bacon on the Zeno 1. I was having all sorts of problems with video.
I remember.
Marcus told me to put a 32 meg SanDisk memory card in it and format it for FAT32, and that fixed all my problems. Remember that, Marcus?
I do remember that, and it's weird. The problems that you wouldn't even think would be related to a memory card, the wrong memory card on a Hubson product can cause flight control issues, a number of things. So I think that their answer to that is this internal memory. That way they have control of what the memory is in there.
It saves them a lot of phone calls.
That's just a guess on my part, but that's what I think is going on. The other part to that is that 200 megabit bit rate, it takes a really fast card to write at that speed, and I think that probably plays into
a very expensive card also, Marcus.
That's right.
So, and this too, for the people that go out to the field and forget to take their memory card, it won't matter if you got the little Mini Pro, because it has all that internal memory, and you forgot your memory card at home.
Good. Yeah, that's a good point.
So go up and fly and get all your footage anyways.
Yeah, good point. How many people? And you know what was very interesting, Marcus and Ron, the battery, the fourth or fifth battery was like $30 more or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, $30 a piece, it appears, for the batteries. The other
how much? Go ahead, Marcus. Go finish your thought, Marcus.
Well, the other point to that internal memory, I'm willing to bet that they will have either a Wi-Fi or a Bluetooth way to upload the onboard video to your computer or mobile device,
right,
or whatever it is. So I'm sure that they'll come up with a solution that if you don't want to, you may not have to directly plug the drone into whatever.
But wouldn't it be great if you could just beam the data over to your computer? But hey, what I was going to say, Johnny Ray, I think AliExpress has these great pictures of the little Mini Pro, and they have a battery hub charger, and it looks like you put like a little plastic connector in the end of the batteries, and you hang them on this four hub charger for the Mini Pro. In fact, the hub looks similar to the one for the Autel Evo 2. I mean, I can't believe. I mean, this is no half. I can't. I don't want to say a bad word. Half attempt or whatever. Put it on the drone. They've got they've got all these accessories figured out. They've got large internal memory. Today we found out they have Hubsan Care Refresh. I mean, they're really delivering a full package to us.
Yeah, no lie. I mean, they really upping their game, it looks like, on that for sure.
Yeah. We already got a winner. We got a winner there. Congratulations, JC Fly.
Oh, JC? John Carroll?
Yeah, John Carroll.
We'll be getting a few of these.
Oh, boy.
Shortly.
Oh, boy.
Hey, I came prepared, too.
Good.
Mine's stuck in my Mavic 2 Pro case. Goes everywhere with me.
You know, the other thing before we go on, I don't see Brad in the chat, but Brad sent us, quite a few of us, some more coasters.
Yeah.
With our logos on it. And
he's in right now. Yeah, he just popped in.
Amazing, Brad.
Yeah, hello, Brad.
I was just talking about you, Brad.
He heard us talking, Ray.
Thank you, Brad, for sending us the coasters. You really do fine work. Thank you.
So, Marcus, you had a interesting flight today. I'm sorry, Ron, go ahead.
How does Brad make those things, those coasters?
He's got lasers for eyes, Ron.
Yeah.
It's a laser. It's a 3D printer with laser. I guess.
Oh, wow, laser.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. So, Marcus, I watched your video just a little bit ago about you flying the FEMI Mini. So, tell us about that drone. I know there's been reviews all over the place. I mean, some good, some bad. So, I know you got it in your hands, and that's the people who can best tell us how it flies. So,
yeah, the main problem with this drone right now is the operator, me, because I dropped it and I broke the arm and broke a ribbon cable in the gimbal. However, the only problem I had with this drone was that I would get an occasional wobble in the gimbal in the video. Now, I think that was just mine because I've seen other people's video and I don't see that in their video. Now, the other main criticism of this drone is the vignetting that you see in the corners of the video. I got to be honest with you, I saw that in my video. It didn't. Right. It just doesn't bother me that much.
And you talked about it early on your first video.
Right. However, the good side is this is a flippin' fun to fly drone. Let me tell you, for a little mini, it's a sporty little guy. It will climb at 5 meters per second, and it's fast. It'll go 35, 36 miles an hour, and it handles really well. I will say that they did a really good job with the flight controls on it. It flies very, very nicely. And that controller, anybody that's familiar with FEMI drones, your mobile device fits in the middle of the controller, and it's so convenient. You got your controls on both sides, and you're staring right at your FPV screen. Anyway, for I'm going to say price dependent wise, it $319. I'm just telling you, it's a steal.
Great deal.
Yeah.
Of course, that $319 price is gone for now, right?
Yeah, but I'll bet we see it back, Ron. I mean, here's the mistake that FEMI made, and I want to see what you guys think of this. I think their biggest mistake was releasing this drone before they had enough inventory to fill orders, because that's going to put so many people off, and it allowed Hubsan to put out their ad and usurp it, and people now are going to be waiting for that Hubsan that may have bought the FEMI.
Yeah.
But Marcus, they did get that drone out fairly quick compared to the Xeno 2 in the SE 2020.
They did.
But my point is, it was just a relatively small batch. Those of us that ordered off of AliExpress and ordered early.
B&H never got them, and they don't look like they're going to get them anytime soon. I mean,
who knows, right?
Hey, just speculation, just pure speculation, guys. But, to Marcus's point about FEMI releasing it maybe a little bit too early, do you think FEMI got wind of the Hubsan drone coming out and they wanted to be first. They wanted to get their drone to the market first because obviously FEMA releases unprepared. They do not have the correct batteries available for it right now. The 200 and below 250 gram batteries. They don't have extra batteries. They don't have accessories for it.
Those spares.
Those spare parts or whatever. So do you think they, this was totally rushed to get ahead of the Mini Pro?
It's possible.
Mini Pro.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to answer Welsh Rob or Rob Welsh, whatever his question there about.
Yeah, right there. I got it up. Yeah.
Yeah. If you go over to the Hubsan website, just Google Hubsan, and it'll take you to their factory website. It'll give you a list of all the prices of the various.
The bottom line. Yeah, bottom line is $459 for the base kit. For the base kit, drone battery controller.
Right.
Yeah. Just welcome in a few more people. Michael Blade, I saw you in the chat. Welcome. And Herman, Phantom Flight 101, welcome. Drone and New Visuals. Nice to see you. And Bob Casey Aerials. Always good to see you.
And don't forget Sergio from Fly Zone Drones.
Oh, Sergio and Michael Roche. How you doing, Mike?
Oh, Mike Roche, hello. And we can't forget Bob Casey.
Bob Casey, yeah, Bob's in the house.
Great Bob Casey in the house.
All right, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, we got to welcome our peeps in.
Guys, I'm gonna put the first. Y'all keep on. I'm gonna just put the first question up for the part 107, and we do this.
Oh, okay.
And y'all keep on. We're not gonna interrupt the chat. We know the correct answer, and we'll keep up with it.
Okay, what do you win this time? Well, one of our official T-shirts.
Yeah. Well, this is for the month. We keep correct answers for the month, and right now I got it down there. Pollock Sharks Hangers have 2 correct, and Matt has 1. So yeah, put the correct answer up. And Ron, you should know that one's gonna be. Was on your test question.
Yeah, but I don't want to get on this since I'm part of the panel here.
I hear you.
I don't want to look like an inside job, me getting the prize.
Yeah, I'm not. We'll let that go. But I see a lot of right answers already.
Yeah,
right.
We got our Drone Solutions in here with us tonight. Welcome all the hosts.
Hey, Art, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, it's fun. You learn a little something watching the 5 for Fun show, and.
Marcus, I was watching Lawrence and Herman a while ago, and they brought up an interesting point. This is something I kind of when I fly the Air 2S, the satellite, seeing the number of satellites is like you have to have like X-ray vision to see that font. It's about this little. And I'm the only person, and they brought that up, and I'm glad that they did. It's like it's kind of really hard to see.
Yeah, somebody made a whole video about that. I'm trying to remember.
Okay, I just wondered.
Gosh darn it. Anyway, there was a video out there about that recently, and you're right. But you know what? I gotta be honest with you. All I care about is whether it has enough satellites.
Right, and it does definitely pick up some satellites now.
Hey, Johnny, it picks up much faster than the first Air 2. The first Air 2, you had a delay. Like when you could just take a minute or 2 off before you could take off because it got up slow. But this gets it instantly. Yeah, and
I think I've had 23, 24 satellites. I mean, it's incredible the number of satellites it picks up.
It gets as many satellites as a toy drone. The funny thing to me is, the more expensive the drone over the years, it seemed like the slower it got the satellites, and the cheaper you get some little $100 GPS drone, it gets 50 satellites or whatever. So it was always funny to me. But again, your most expensive drone would get them the slowest.
I was going to fly my Air 2S today to film the guy power washing my patio, and I figured it was going to be 1, 2, 3. I'd have that drone up in the air. But for some reason today, it took longer than usual connecting with the satellites. I don't know what happened with that. But if
maybe those Russian hackers that got the pipeline got your.
I think the gas is going.
Hey, have you guys got time for a quick story?
Absolutely.
Well, so. My 88-year-old neighbor called me today about a week ago. I just had recently reviewed that Potensic D68, and it was kind of a nice little kit. and he'd expressed an interest in a drone. So I just gave it to him. I said, well, here you are, Hal. Here's something you can start with. And he wanted to learn it himself. He didn't want a lot of direct help from me, but I went over all the manual with him and, gave him all the wherefores and how-tos and so forth. He flippin' loves flying drones now. He goes out in his front yard in that thing and he takes it. He's not worried about the video. He just takes it off and flies it around a little bit. And he called me today and just was ecstatic. Thank you so much. This was so much fun. Anyway, I'm just saying, drones make people happy.
That's great. You brought another one into the drone community.
Yeah. And at 88 years old, the point of it is you're never too old to learn and do it, right?
No lie, man. That's very that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I mean, I got a few years to go. That's the bright spot.
Got a long time to go, Johnny. And even if you're 88, how much strength does it take to move a couple thumbsticks around, right?
That's true.
Let me tell you, this guy could probably kick my tail. So he might be 88, but he ain't weak.
So Marcus, what did he buy? I mean, what did he buy?
Hang on, my wife is talking to me. Oh, maybe not. Okay. Sorry,
Johnny, the drone Marcus is talking about is the one that came with a nice metal case.
Yeah. So Potentic just sent it to me for review. And so I just I had a couple. Well, my other neighbor Ray is an FBI agent, a retired FBI agent, and he was telling me, he goes, man, he wants to fly. So I took him the SG 908.
I got a Potentic right here. Somebody gave me, they got it for their grandkid and they don't know how to fly it. And I did take it up in the backyard. I told the guy it would be really hard for his grandson, 10 years old, to fly it. I mean,
yeah.
He ain't even asked for it back. I need to get it back to him because I'm not, but I did fly it and download the app and it was, it's all over the place. I mean,
well, some of the newer ones, they're getting a lot better. Even those lower priced ones, the GPS typically works pretty good on them.
Let me grab this one and show you, Marcus.
And they typically fly pretty good. But anyway, my other neighbor, retired FBI agent, he goes, man, I want to fly one of those things. I took it over to him and he goes, hey, I'll bring it back to you when I'm done. I said, please don't. Keep it.
Nice. That's great. Yeah. I visited my cousins in Fort Myers over the winter while I was down there. And, I showed them the drone, and my drone at the time was the Air 2. And I showed them how easy it was to fly. And they were flying at 82 and 84 years old.
See, there you go. I know.
Wow.
I'm not familiar with that one, Johnny. Are you?
It's a T1. It's a T118. I mean.
Yeah, I don't know that one at all, Johnny.
Is it GPS, Johnny?
Yeah, it is, but it's kind of like fake cardboard, stainless steel,
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But it would be fun for a kid, I guess. But I know where they live, and it would be up in a tree, like in about probably the first 10 minutes.
And here's to your point, Johnny. Those cheaper drones, they're not as accurate. The controls aren't as precise. And like you said, it'd be up in a tree. I mean, they almost would be better off with like a Mavic Mini.
That's what I told him, yeah, because he's never even asked for it back. And when I saw him the other day, I was eating lunch, and I said, Dennis, I got you. He said, I'm basically, I don't want to keep it because I'm not going to fly it, but I'm gonna give it back to him.
Yeah.
This guy is pretty steady. I'm not going to say that it's as rock steady as we see with our DJI minis, but it's pretty close. I mean, it's not like it's all over the place. It's pretty good.
Rob, what about that Evo 2 coming down on sale? Well, what's up with that?
Yeah, that's a lot of speculation why, it's been on sale before, but it never stayed on sale this long. So a lot of people are speculating, number one, there may be another Autel coming. There's been talk about rumors of an Autel Mini for a long time. And also people think it's in reaction that they know the Mavic 3 is due soon. So they want to,
maybe
not Autel themselves,
also.
But the resellers, the wholesalers, they want to get rid of their inventory before the Mavic 3 arrives.
I just love the color of that drone too.
And Ray, you wait until you see what I'll release the video soon. I've been working on a project. I didn't want to pay like over $200 and some for the hard case for the Evo 2 Pro. So I watched the video and I I'll credit the guy. I don't remember the name of his channel, but he went to Harbor Freight, got an orange case that looked orange, matched the Evo. He customized himself. So I've kind of watched his video. I watched a lot of other people because he didn't show everything. So between about 2 or 3 videos, I've completed it. I've sprayed it with the plastic coating today, and I'll be ready to use it tomorrow when everything dries. But it looks like a custom job or whatever.
Those cases are really they're like, you get a 30% off coupon. I know in our paper every week. And I like the GPC cases, but I don't really know why, because
no, it's an Apache is the brand name of Harbor Freight. But Ron, I'm interested. So you were able to do the pluck and pull and make it custom fit, right?
I got the drone in, 3 batteries. I mean, and I could put a 4th battery in the drone, but I got 3 batteries. I got the controller. I've got the ND filters in there. I've got the power charger in there. I've got everything, the extra props. I've got everything in there. I got for a trip in there.
So how about this? You're talking about spraying stuff on there, because what I've always heard about the pluck and pull,
I think it's called plastic tip.
Plasti dip.
Plastic tip.
Oh, tip.
It looks just like a paint can, and when you get all cut out and finished, you put the plastic plastic tip over it, and it kind of rubberizes it so that stuff doesn't start flaking on you.
I think they use the foam. They use the foam from the drone and cut it out. Exactly. Is that what you did?
I use chalk. Again, I got all this from watching videos. I got like little kids chalk, white chalk, and traced everything around. And then you take out less than you think you're going to need, because it's better to take out less and more. Right. If it doesn't fit, you take a little bit more out until it does fit.
Ron, was that the 3800 Apache 3800?
I got the 3800. I didn't get everybody talks about these coupons. Well, I couldn't find any coupons online or anything, so I paid roughly $40 plus tax.
Right.
Yeah. So good price. That's a good price.
JC Flying. I know JC put a picture up. I think the other day he used. A lot of people do use them.
And the problem with, you mentioned GP. A lot of the people that make cases for all the Mavic drones, they don't make them necessarily for the Evo. I guess it's not popular enough for them to make it worthwhile, to build cases for it. So you had very few options for the Evo 2, and the options you did have were the most expensive you could possibly imagine.
Right.
We got quite a few more people that came into the chat, Johnny and Ron and Marcus. It must be you guys. You're drawing them in.
Look. Hey, look, we got the great Chris Hope. We got RL Photography here. Ron Lockwood from out there in South Dakota.
Yeah. Chris Hope.
Chris Hope,
Texas.
Dee Dee is here.
Dee, that's Sergio's wife.
Sergio's wife, yeah. I mean, poor old Mikey yesterday about flipped out when Dee Dee came in. I thought he was going to blow a gasket.
Oh,
yeah, Corey Mono just came in.
How you doing, Corey?
He was moving poor mommy around like mommy. Oh my God.
Yeah, mommy of 11. Mommy of 11.
She would get moved around all over.
Yeah.
She AKA
what? That's
Brady Bunch dream.
Yeah.
AKA Kim. I think I believe that's Kim. I didn't miss it. I was on the road. I was on the road all day yesterday. I didn't get home until late, so I missed the show. But I'll have to catch a replay at some point.
So, guys, what do y'all think? I mean, are we headed for everything sub 250 or close to it for the next little while?
No, because obviously they're talking about the Mavic 3. There's always going to be, Ron, I don't know if you want to, but Ron and I have talked about this so many times. For us in the United States, sub 250 is almost meaningless because if you're going to post a video on Facebook, even technically, the FAA considers that commercial use. So you'd have to have your Part 107 anyway. Now, would they ever enforce it? I don't think so. So really, that sub 250 in the United States, all it means is you don't have to put a hobby sticker on there. Anybody that's Part 107 has to put a sticker on it anyway. So it just really doesn't even matter. Now, obviously, where it matters are places like Canada and the UK and Europe that they have laws that really put a huge advantage on those sub 250 drones. And so I think that's why we're seeing so many of them. And the thing is, they're portable and easy to fly, and I welcome it.
And I think we don't realize how small. I mean, I'd say the USA, but the whole world. I mean, they're buying them all over the. So yeah, that's they definitely need that other places for sure.
Yeah, Johnny, I don't think for companies like say FEMI and Hubson and some of the small drone companies, I don't think there's any need to make anything but a 250-gram drone going forward, because they're never going to compete with the Mavic 3s of the world, or it's not even out yet, but or the Autel Evo 2 Pros. So why not just do something that you can be really good in, the under 250-gram drone market, and just like Hubson's doing, they can get in that market and they can really compete. Maybe they can be the top dog, but they're never going to put a product out that's going to top the Mavic 3s coming out. So I could see a future where only like maybe DJI is making a high-end, a big size drone,
or
and
Skydio,
whatever, and the rest of the industry's all making 250 sub drones. And I'm leaving Skydio out because Marcus and I have talked about this. We think Skydio is going all enterprise going forward. I don't see it, much of a road for them staying in the consumer drone. We already know that our friends over at Parrot, I would love to see a 250-gram or less than nothing, but we know they've gone, to the pro market, industry drones. What am I trying to say, Marcus?
Commercial.
Yeah, commercial military stuff. So the people that are left, again, for most of them outside of DJI and Autel, I'd say I'd focus on the under 250-gram market.
Yeah.
So
I like the mini drones. I really do. I mean, I got my original mini right here. I sleep with it, every night. So, it's one of those things where I love my mini.
I think everybody does. I think everybody that has a big drone, like a Mavic 2 or a Mavic 3 going for Auto, they also have a mini drone. So I think it's not an either or. Most people that have a big drone are also going to have a mini drone. So
this kind of analysis is why you have guests like Ron Brown on a show. He's kidding. Lots of really good insight.
It is.
I was saying that I love my mini, but I also love my Phantom.
Yeah.
But Marcus, a question I have, I know we always see you at the Snake River Canyon. Tell me exactly, like, is that a trip for you? I mean, like, how long does it take you to get there? I mean, it's not very far.
40, 45 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
it's not very far.
Awesome place to fly.
Yeah.
Really, Marcus. I was amazed the first time I saw you fly there. I was saying to myself, this guy is nuts.
Well, I've kind of started a little tradition of whenever I get a new drone of any consequence, in other words, not a toy drone, but something like this guy or a little better, I always make my first flight out there at the canyon and just take it up and just send it over the side of the canyon.
It's amazing. It really is. The way you fly over that canyon.
Marcus, when you do that,
you got to come in here. You got to look at this.
and Marcus, when you do that, though, you know how each drone kind of performs then. I mean, you kind of gauge it.
Well, I have to tell you, when I flew this guy over it was my first flight with this drone. It was when you guys saw me send it over, it was the first flight. So no, I didn't know how it was going to perform. But here's the thing. With a drone like FEMI or something, you know that it's gonna perform, as advertised. So it might sound like kind of a risk, but I don't think it is really.
Right.
I mean, I do all the calibrations and all that. I make sure that the drone is all calibrated up and firmware is updated, all that sort of thing.
So what about the guys? I know y'all both have the Skydio 2, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's a new Skydio on the horizon.
There's an enterprise version of the 2 out right now. That you can't go to the website and see any pricing, whatever. I imagine you can only get through, dealers.
Right, and it's very expensive too. I mean, that's a drone that's going to be used commercially by states and counties when they want to inspect bridges and so forth, and the commercial guys that do tower inspections and power line inspections,
Law enforcement.
And law enforcement as well. There's a lot of stuff for law enforcement on there, but it can do a ton of things autonomously. So obviously that saves some manpower.
And then of course the new
two questions.
The Air 3 or the new Mavic 3, that's in the horizon.
Yeah, it is.
What our friend Lauren? What was his latest projection on a date for it, Marcus?
Yeah, he thinks it's gonna be about August or so. So
save up your pennies.
That's another one, right? It's gonna be prosumer drone.
Very prosumer.
Yeah.
Save up your pennies or go buy some lottery tickets.
Yeah, Ron and I talked about that.
Johnny, you lucky with lottery tickets?
No.
Congratulations, Pilot Sharks. You got it.
But you can't win unless you buy one. I know that. So
hey, Ron, though, maybe you can expand on what we talked about this morning about that drone, though. That is it even something that like the four of us will be interested in?
Yeah, I'm going to go controversial here and say I'm not an automatic buy on it. I'll look at its specs and I'll look at the price, whatever. But it may not help me do anything more than I could do now. Like for instance, I'm an amateur photographer, but I don't have the world's top camera, or whatever, because it wouldn't help me do anything more than I'm doing now. Because I don't need a 64 megabit camera because I don't take billboard pictures or
I would agree with you, Ron.
So I mean the same thing. I don't know if I need this may be more drone than I need. I don't think it'll improve the workflow I'm looking for because I'm not making Hollywood movies or
right.
Again, I'm not an instant buy on the Mavic 3. It's going to be a real look and see and maybe a wait and see.
And that's exactly how I feel too, Ron. I have a fleet of drones now, and I'm very happy with them. And if it's going to be too pricey, I'm just not going to get it. I'm not doing this to make.
And I would have to agree with Marcus. I know Marcus, you've been having drones a long time, and you just got a drone with a 1-inch sensor. So I mean, those have been good for you for a long time, and I'm sure that Air 2S will suit you for a few years for sure.
That's it. That's the best camera that I've ever had on a drone. So
right. Will
I even be able to utilize everything that camera will do, let alone whatever the Mavic 3 has? Now I can see Ron's situation a little bit different because he's gonna. But even Ron is kind of making that kind of rationalization in his head. Wow, do I really need it or not? One of the things that Ron and I talked about is it kind of depends on where that price point is.
Right.
If it's under $2,000, I might think about it. Mm-hmm. If it's $2,500, I don't know.
Christmas is coming. Christmas is coming.
Yeah.
And remember, guys, it's not just the price of the drone. Like, say the drone is priced at $2,500, but by the time you add extra batteries, the case, once you add all the accessories, then you are at $3,000. So if it costs $3,000, by the time you add all the goodies, you're at $3,500. So you've got to take that into account, along the way.
Yeah, and I mean personally, guys, look, y'all can lie. I'm colorblind. I don't see colors like a lot of people. Y'all could just lie to me and say it all looks really good. Mm-hmm. But no, I mean, I think that's a more professional. I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of like somebody wrote, I'm not shooting Netflix movies or all of that. But
John, we don't know all the features yet either. So if it has some kind of a feature that really grabs us, right? Some kind of tracking or obstacle avoidance or something that we haven't even thought of yet, because DJI is really good at surprising us with a feature that just blows your socks off. Yeah, it's possible that we might be interested in it, but to Ron's point, and Ron made this point with me, and it's so true. Okay, so it has a better camera and 10 or 5 more minutes flight time. What does that really mean to me? And am I really willing to pay up for that?
Yeah.
Competition is a good thing. I like to see the competition with the drone companies. You know, it's to our benefit as a consumer that there's good drones out there that can compete with DJI.
Right.
Yeah, and especially if this again, this Mini Pro from Hubsan, you know, if it performs as well as it looks on the spec sheet or whatever, I mean, they will actually leapfrog DJI at the 250 gram drone level, at least until the Mini 3 appears.
Well, but what we have to address, and this is another conversation Ron and I had this morning, is that no matter what they do with that drone, if it comes out and it's perfect and everything is fine, the service after the sale is almost just as important. Just like I found out with this guy, if you can't get parts for it, if you can't get it serviced, you know, and if they don't have enough inventory that you can order it and know that you'll have it.
Look at JC Flying. Look at JC Flying. He put up six numbers there.
Well, I'll say this: if I had two of them together, he's got the right answer. I mean, that's just a hint.
He's trying to cover all his bases. Hey, but I'm going to come back to Marcus a little bit here. I've owned a whole bunch of drones, and I've outside of my Mini 2, which I crashed myself. I've never needed to send one in for repair. So I mean, you can get on a lucky streak and not really need that aftercare.
Well, Rod, so what about this new FEMI Care, or not FEMI Care, but Hubsan Care that they're talking about? What do you think of that?
Well, I mean, I totally agree with what you said. If they would have really played with the big boys, they've got to add some kind of a service care program, repair, replace, and this is definitely a step in the right direction. But it's a very small first step because of the. What is it? It's $59 to sign up for it, and then to replace your drone, it's like $260. So basically, it's nothing different than just, I guess, being guaranteed a spot that you can get a replacement just drone if you would have a flyaway. Where if you wouldn't have this thing, maybe you wouldn't have a place in line. Maybe you would call and say, "Hey, can I just get a drone? I just crashed and destroyed my Mini Pro," and they will say, "No, we have
they probably
we have 500 people ahead of you in line here."
Excuse me. Let me just say that Jerry Bauer was very close to the number.
Jerry,
okay.
Now which number? 5 times.
Look at this answer.
Yeah, Captain. He's getting them all.
That's a lot of numbers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good try, Stevie.
So we
need disqualification.
Hey, we got Bill Renee in here with us now.
You do have the right answer in there, Stevie.
The Pilot Sharks Hanger's in here now. We've got a couple of new people.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Go ahead, Marcus.
Michael McReynolds, how you doing?
Hello, Mike.
Yeah, we got a good crowd in the house, Johnny. And believe me, guys, we appreciate you guys coming in. We know you have better things to do on a Wednesday night than listen to a few old people talking about drones. But we're here
to do.
Fly for fun, and we have a few laughs, and sometimes we learn new things about the new upcoming drones. And we have 2 great guests on tonight. Thank you, Marcus, and thank you, Ron, for coming on. We really appreciate it.
I'm gonna double the check for that.
The point I was going to make was service wise. I'll give you an example. When that first DJI Mini 2 that I bought, I don't know if you guys remember the video where it kind of did the death spiral down into the canyon. I got it back, but I was concerned enough about the drone that I opened a ticket up with DJI. Very easy to do, able to do it online. They emailed me a package label, prepaid package label, to put on the package and with very specific instructions to send it back to them. They got the drone, they analyzed it, decided that it had a bad motherboard, and sent it back to me. The whole process, start to finish, took a week and a half.
Yeah, that's
quick.
pretty good.
That's quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to take a while for Hubson to get to that level, but we go into rumors that Hubson hired a lot of DJI workers that got laid off last year. Hopefully they hired a couple of people that got laid off in the service and health and service department.
How you doing, Michael? Michael Wright, that is.
Oh, Mike Wright's in with us.
So Marcus, have you flown the Anafi yet?
I haven't. In fact, I've got it all charged up, and I fired it up today and did all the updates. It had updates, Johnny, for the controller and for the drone itself. But what's cool about it is it remembered all of my previous flights and everything.
Oh, really? Okay, cool.
Yeah, which I think is really cool. So yeah, I am anxious to get out and fly it. It brought back a lot of good memories just firing it up here. So
yeah, and I think that's one of the drones, and you've had it before me even. It's like every time I fly it, it's like, why don't I fly this thing more? I don't know.
It's a tremendous piece of tech, and we're talking. Ron is just talking about the new Hubson Mini. This drone has a ton of those features.
It does.
And yeah, and it's not a sub 250, but it's very. I think it's 325 grams, something like that. It's not like it's a heavy drone. Anyway.
So when that drone came out, did it not do good, or I mean?
No, it did fine. The problem. Well, Ron can probably explain it better than I can. Ron, tell them the story of the Mavic Pro and all that.
Well, they released it, at beginning of July 3 years ago, and probably less than 2 months later, the Mavic 2 Pro and Zoom came out and stole some of his thunder. But that wasn't the big problem, really, because it was priced much lower than it came out, and the firmware really wasn't right yet, and they did a ton of firmware upgrades to it. Probably the next 6 to 8 months. By the spring of the following year, they really got the drone where it should have been on release.
Right.
And what really killed it is all the reviewers killed it for its range.
And Ron, we should also mention the fact that when they originally came out, it was waypoints and tracking, I believe. You had to pay to upgrade the drone to that. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't insignificant. It was like $20 or something.
I think it was. I remember. Yeah, I was less than that, I believe.
Well, no.
So some of the features were almost $20.
Oh, okay, it was a pay-to-play thing. But then to your point, Johnny, by the time you got yours, they just reduced that down where I think it's $1 or something.
Yeah, 99
like 99 cents. I think I signed up for something. I don't remember what.
Yeah. And that kind of problem.
Yeah, after a while.
How you doing, Lon? And congratulations, Jerry Bauer.
Marcus,
Jerry.
Tell us about y'all little impromptu. What y'all doing a little Facebook? Or y'all doing a little Facebook thing or YouTube live now and then?
It's called Drone Talks, and it's not really a live show. I mean, we do one live show a week, and so many of the people doing live shows, we don't really want to muscle in on anybody else's show, whatever. So these are just. We were used StreamYard because the easy way to record two people talking, but they're not live shows. And if it's a topic to talk about, like we tried there was a lot of news floating around the Hubson over a week ago. And we didn't want to wait until Monday. We didn't want to make the whole show on Monday, a whole live show Hubson, because some people aren't interested in Hubson, whatever. So we made a special show for only people that really wanted to hear about Hubson, and it did pretty well, Marcus.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's doing all right, but the other point that I think is important is that show or that Drone Talks may not be Ron and I. We may invite a guest to create one of those Drone Talks on an area of expertise, right? You know, Johnny, you were just talking about the Anafi. You do a couple of flights with it and work on some of the features of it. Hey, you could do a little. 5 or 10 minute little video on that.
So it's a perfect example. And John, when we were talking a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about that altitude thing on the Air 2S, the right hand corner. Like you could have contacted me and say, hey, listen, let's do 5-10 minutes or whatever, talk about that or whatever. We'll make it a drone talk or whatever. Maybe it'll help somebody else out. Maybe it'll help somebody else understand, what's going on here.
Right. No, it's good. And you know what? You're right, because sometimes and you may find an answer to somebody's question on Wednesday that they talked about Monday, and I mean, you could send them a message or you could address it, but it's great. I mean, in the drone community, that's one thing, and we all know how it is. It's been great. And, man, it's unbelievable how, there's no stupid questions and everybody, it's just unbelievable.
Yeah. Hey, Johnny, we're going all the way to Ireland now. Thomas O'Sullivan's in the house. How you doing, Thomas?
Oh, yeah.
Thanks
Well,
for being here.
We have a lot of people in the drone community that check the shows out from Ireland, and I really admire those, those good Irish people that stay up. They usually stay later, get up early to catch our shows. So you really got to hand to those, those Irishmen. There's some tough guys over there.
Yeah. And Jerry, I do have your address. Those stickers will be sent out tomorrow or the next day, probably tomorrow.
Oh, wrong sticker.
Yeah,
that's the Sean Oz. No, is that Sean Oz sticker?
Is he flying? You can email me and I'll send you yours. Yeah, nice sticker, Marcus. I like that sticker.
That sticker. Yeah.
So,
yeah,
Johnny, who did you order your Phoebe from?
Me?
Yeah.
AliExpress.
Okay, and you're still waiting. Who did you order your Hubson from? Your Mini Pro?
Hubson.
Okay, so we're on the same. We're in the same ordering.
Hey,
process.
you just brought something up, Ron. What kind of configuration did you order, Johnny?
I ordered a 64 with I think 4 batteries.
He went big. You got
he went big time. This guy doesn't mess around. Did you?
Yeah, Johnny don't mess around.
One more battery was like $30 from the 3 to the 4. So but now I mean I say no one, and I don't. The 64 is not going to bother me. Or I guess I don't think it will.
Did you get the portable version that comes with the bag?
Yes. It was $569, $49.
I think that's smart. I think I paid $589 for 2 batteries with the bag.
You got the 128.
128, right?
Yeah. And I didn't really, when I saw 64, and I guess, hey, what the word assume means. I assumed it. You can add some storage to it, but hey.
No. Hey,
I remember reading or watching a live stream one time where people recommended 64 rather than 128, just in case you lose that card and you swap them out, just in case. That's I remember reading that.
What do you use mostly?
128s.
Well, so in answer to Ray, if I can get away with it, often I'll just use a 32, but very seldom do I put anything bigger than a 64 in a drone because I'm immediately, number one, I have multiple SD cards. I always carry 3 or 4 of them with me because if one goes bad, you just that way you have one. And then they're cheap and 128 I just never fill it up, so there's kind of no point to it.
Ron, you can answer that question, Ron.
John Olson the other day, and I said to myself, "Oh, John," I said, "John, I think I made a novice mistake here." Because I do remember putting an SD card in my little uploader. But then I went and checked the drone, and I did put the extra card in the drone already.
Nice. Yeah, good. Hey, to answer Bill's question, Bill, we just got a message from Jet Martin today. He contacted Hubson directly, and Hubson told them there would be no SD card slot in Mini Pro, only the internal memory of either 64 gigabytes or 128, depending on which one you choose to purchase. So that's the information we have as of right now. Hope that helps.
I'm sorry. Pilot Sharks Hang already got that question.
Yep. Congratulations, Pilot Sharks. You beat out Brad by, I think, a second, maybe 2 seconds.
Hey, Johnny, highlight Lon's latest comment. Remember, well, you guys know they put that SD card slot inside underneath the drone, the battery, and they put it in looks like a SIM card holder from like
an old cell phone,
2005.
Yeah, it looks like the old cell phone you had to snap in.
Well, let's just take a look at it. How's that? Well,
let's go. Let's hit a zipper, the famous zipper.
Yeah, the famous zipper. Yeah, that was funny, wasn't it? Yeah. Oh gosh.
And then
No.
and what do they give you, Mark? Is it 8 gigabyte card?
16 is what it comes
16.
with. And anybody that's had an old cell phone recognizes.
Yeah,
that,
that's what I said. It's old cell phone.
Where's my old flip phone at?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it works. So but that was another thing that this drone got panned on when it first came out. People really bitterly complained about that.
They said it broke the first time they took the card out.
But you really shouldn't be taking a cord in and out that much. I mean,
well, you don't have. Well, Ron, tell them.
Well, but they don't want you to take the card in and out every time. They want you to use the USB-C cable on back of the drone, hook it into the computer, and transfer the files over via that cable, that gas USB-C cable. So they don't want you taking the card out every time. But some people are, they're set in their ways. They like to take their SD cards out, put in the back of the computer, and again, that's your right if you want to, but that's not the way Parrot intended you to get your data off the drone after every flight.
Right. Yeah.
Well, that's I mean, that and of course somebody said something about the internal memory going bad on on your on
it could.
Yeah.
But of course you would just reformat it just like your you would the SD card if you had some issues, and it could totally fail, but anything could totally fail.
Well, heck, your CPU could go bad. I mean,
if you're ifing things going bad, you can if anything going bad.
You know what I've been doing, guys? I've been editing right on that DJI Fly app a lot.
Remember you did it live. We were remember Ray, we were staying at the lighthouse and you were editing a video already.
Yeah, and I uploaded or downloaded, I don't know the proper term, and I got it ready. My photos are ready, and then I just hop over to iMovie and I get it done.
Yeah, so you kind of doing it right out there, huh, Ray?
Yeah,
Ray's kind of mobile vlogger.
Yeah. Ray's gonna start a vlog and he's gonna start a podcast and
yeah, no doubt about it. I'm gonna make $1 million. No doubt about it. But listen, we try to keep the show to about an hour.
Yes.
We know there's other shows coming on behind us, and we appreciate you all coming in. Believe me. And Marcus, Ron, thank you for being on tonight. We had a great crowd in the chat, and there was a lot of interaction, and that's always good to see that. And I can't say enough to all of you. Thank you for coming in. And remember, get out there, fly safe. And I'm not trying to end the show. If anybody has any questions for these two experts, ask them, and we'll stay on a little longer.
I know Ron. I actually got to run and get some dinner, so I'm ready to roll. But thanks for having us on here, guys. It was great being on. Love to come back again sometime. If you have us, I want to thank everybody in the chat that stopped in, said hello, made some nice comments, got in a big contest you guys are running. So it's a great show over here. And
I got to say my new M1 Mac Airbook worked flawlessly tonight.
Oh, you got the M1?
Yes.
That's wow. Good. Johnny's really upgrading things around here.
Well, Ron, when you have internet I say internet or the little Mavic, I'm sorry. I had an Air, a MacBook Air, and I guess trying to process all that and stuff. And no, this seems to work. I mean, it's very quick. It hadn't frozen up. And so I'm very excited.
Congrats on your M1.
Yeah. But it's nice. Marcus, and look, I want to thank you. And of course, thank Ron. And I know you guys are on a lot of feeds and shows, but you know what? Y'all are very popular. And I mean, I'm not, and I know Ray said it, and I watch a lot of shows, but Monday night, I'm kind of like, that's kind of like my Chicago PD and Law and Order. I got to watch Drone Nation. So, and I've been privileged to be on a few times, and that's always a highlight of my day. And you guys are, I think what, and I know y'all know this, and it's hard to talk about yourselves, but I think what makes y'all show popular is you're honest and you talk about drones. And I think that's the biggest thing that, watching the shows for the past year or so, you get off on a subject and people kind of drift off and stuff. And I think people come to the drone shows to hear about drones.
Exactly.
Yeah, if I had to do comedy for an hour, it wouldn't go too well, Johnny.
Well, Art's got that sewed up, So.
Well, I want to thank Johnny, you and Ray. It really is a pleasure and an honor to get invited on this show. And you guys have built up quite an audience yourselves, and man, just a lot of fun. And just this show today, it's just so much fun talking to fellow people that are just as enthusiastic about this hobby as we are. So.
It is. And it's something, it's like, I think we've all been in hobbies through the years, but man, this hobby, I don't know, just something always new to get you, and of course, hey, I get peer pressure into buying drones by Marcus and Ron. I mean, I'm not going to put y'all out there and, throw you under the bus, but,
yeah, that's part of the fun, isn't it?
Yeah. But thanks everyone. Ron left, and we appreciate everybody. Hey, fly safe and, follow the rules.
Support everybody. Go to their channel. Make sure you subscribe.
Yeah.
We got a list. I don't know if you want to say the list quickly.
Yeah. Marcus, go ahead. I know you on Drone Seekers on Sunday at 2 p.m.
Well, it would be 2 p.m. your time, 3 p.m. Eastern time, 1 p.m. my time every Sunday. But I wanted to point out Ron is going to be on Bill Thomas's show in about a half an hour here. That's why he had to go get some dinner, because in a half an hour.
Yeah, we got Monday night. I don't have my little chart up here, but I'll just kind of go off top. We got Drone Nation on Monday. Tuesday we got Bill the Drone Viewer, and Ron and Philly and Marcus has been on there a good bit. And on Wednesday you got I think it's Phantom Flight 101 or Novice Quads on from 4 to 6, and then we come on right after, and they usually off. Then Bill Thomas, I think, follows us around about 30 minutes after we go, and they doing, I think they're Port 107 tonight. I think Ron's, I think it's less than 5. Thursday night, you got Ken Herron. Friday, you got Sergio, Michael, and myself on, and Matt Condup's been a frequent guest on there. That's the Fly Zone quadcopter show.
You said drone on Fridays?
Yeah. Yes. And then I don't know, Saturday, I'm sure there's a lot. Hey, support everybody.
That's
Art's on. Yeah, so support everybody.
Adrian Mateo Drones Saturday night now.
Yeah. So just support. Keep up with your YouTube, and check your subs. I mean, sometimes YouTube will kick you off, and you don't realize you're not a sub anymore, or I don't know how that works, but check everybody, and if you got any questions, hey, hit me up on Facebook. Marcus is very responsive. CaptainRay, we'd be glad to help, and Ray's planning the next drone meetup April 2nd of next year, so that's and we'll talk about that as it gets closer. We already moved 1 month closer, so but yeah, guys, have a good night, and thanks everybody for coming in.
Good night.